So I wanted to show my teaching portfolio and maybe inspire people to make their own. You don't have to do it exactly like I've done. I just did what I thought was right for me. You can include whatever you would like in yours. But I want to go through my portfolio with you to inspire and hopefully show you some new certificates that you could get as well that are free online. So this is my portfolio. I got this on Amazon, but Italian Amazon because I live in Italy. So Amazon.it, and this is my portfolio book. So let's look inside and see what I've done. So I've made dividers to divide each section, and I made these on Canva. So you can go on Canva and you can do like any A4 document and make it however you'd like. I chose these colors and this design because it actually matches my theme and my website and all my like products that I make. They all have the same color themes. So I chose these colors. So this is my cover of my portfolio. And then the next page is my cover letter and CV. So they're all divided with the same type of design, just the words change. So cover letter and CV. I made my CV also on Canva. So I included my work experience, my education. So that's there. It's 2 pages, my CV. The next section are university degrees. So I've included my 2, and I'm working on another. So hopefully I'll have that one by next year. I have my university transcripts. So your university, you'll usually get your transcripts. It's just a record of all your grades, and I've included them in here as well. So I have a few pages of transcripts, and these will grow as well when I finish my master's degree that I'm working on. Now I have my Cambridge certificates. So Cambridge is one of the big names in the ESL world. And I've done lots of courses with Cambridge, including the CELTA. So there's my CELTA certificate here. So this is the big teaching certificate that's really, really, really important. So I have my CELTA, and then I have on Cambridge 1, you can do some courses. So this is teaching English with Cambridge Primary Path. This is free to do. So you can learn how to use their curriculum, like Cambridge curriculum. It's all free on the website. So you can learn all about their different books and stuff. So this was a free course that I did. This was not free. I have teaching English online through Cambridge, and it has my certificate as well as my transcript of the breakdown of the course and my grade. I did this. This was not free. This one I paid for on Future Learn. I have a webinar that I did from Cambridge that I've included. And then also I did some Cambridge training this year for different things. So I did pre-primary. This is using their curriculum as well. I did pre-primary. I did teenagers, like working with teenagers, exams, so Cambridge exams, and young learners. So those were 4 Cambridge courses that I did at the beginning of the year. Cambridge will announce when they do these courses, and then you can just sign up and do them. They're free. And they're great because you learn a lot about their curriculum. If that's the type of curriculum you want to use, that's the type that I like to use. I like using Cambridge and British Council materials. So I take advantage of all of the free certificates. Now my teaching certificates, this is just a separate area because I did a 150-hour TEFL certificate back in 2016. So I've included this. I did a 50-hour grammar course in 2016 as well. This is my Teaching English to Young Learners certificate that I did when I was living and working in Poland. So I did like an internship in Poland, and this was my certificate from that. This was from the school I worked. I worked at a kindergarten in Poland, and they gave me a certificate for being a fabulous teacher. So I included that as well because it just shows what kind of teacher you are. Here I have another Teaching English to Young Learners certificate that I did in 2016. This was a conference I went to in Milan in 2022. I live in Italy now, so it was a conference and it was put on by like Cambridge and IELTS, and it was a full day of training, so I put that in there. Now I have my IELTS certificates. Now I'm a native English speaker, so I do not mean like my band score. I've not taken the IELTS test, the exam. These are my IELTS teacher training certificates to actually help students pass the exam. So I did a IELTS course in 2016, and I have put that in there even though it's old. This is a course I did through IDP. It is a teacher training course for IELTS. This was a 2-day course here that I did in London through the British Council for IELTS teacher training. It was amazing. It was 2 full days in London. This is another certificate from IDP. So IELTS is put on by, like, it's a partnership with Cambridge, IDP, and British Council. So some of my certificates are IDP and some of them are British Council for my IELTS. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. I am going to make a video all about these certificates because this was free online. This I paid for because I had to go to London to take it. But this one is free as well. So there's some free certificates. I'll link them below. Then the British Council. So British Council is the other big name in ESL, in teaching English or studying English. And they do lots of free certificates. And so I've done lots of their training. I didn't include everything in here, but I put quite a bit. So this was not a free course. This I paid for on Future Learn. And it is English in Early Childhood, Language Learning and Development. So this was not free. I had to pay for this course. I did this, I think, in 2019. 2019, yes. I did another paid course with the British Council here. And this is How to Plan a Great Lesson. This is not free either. I paid for this one as well. So this is a paid course on Future Learn. But the rest of the courses I did with British Council are free. And every month the British Council has free training that you can do. And I recommend doing all of them. I've been doing every single free training with the British Council since 2020. So I've included in my portfolio. This is Teaching English, How to Teach Listening, How to Teach Grammar, How to Teach Vocabulary, Teaching English Through Literature, How to Teach Pronunciation, How to Teach Speaking, How to Teach Writing, Creative Resources for Primary, Motivating Activities for Primary, Teaching English Inclusive Classrooms. So these are all free, and I'm going to link that below too if you want to enroll in some of their free courses. You get a certificate at the end of each one. And you know what? It just builds your portfolio, and you learn a lot. So, and in these courses, you get workbooks and everything. It's amazing. Next, I have my letters of recommendation. So I included letters of recommendation that are relevant for teaching English. I have my reference for when I taught at the school in Poland. I taught at a kindergarten in Poland. This was a kindergarten I worked at in Canada. This was a before and after school program I worked at for about 10 years in Canada. I included this. This is a letter recommendation from my tutors for my CELTA. And they wrote about the kind of teacher that I am. And so this looks really good as well. This is from the internship I did in Poland. I did a teaching internship and course. So I included this. And this is one of the online schools I work for. It's based in Singapore, and most of my students are Japanese. I still work for them. And I included their letter recommendation about the kind of online teacher that I am. Next, I have lesson plans. So lesson plans, I have so many lesson plans. I have like a year's worth of lesson plans. So it was difficult to decide what to include. So what I went with was I included my CELTA lesson plans from when I did the Cambridge CELTA because they're graded and you have the comments from the teacher, the tutor, saying how you did. So not only is the lesson plan included, but also the comments and the grade. So I included all 8 of my teaching practices for my CELTA in here because it really tells who you are as a teacher from the tutor's perspective. So I think it's a good idea to add these. So I put all 8. There's 8 teaching practices in total for the CELTA course, and I put all 8 in here. Okay, my last section, it's getting heavy now, are my language certificates. So if you are learning another language or if you speak another language, include that, especially if you're looking for work in the country with that language, it helps. So what I included in here was my university certificate from when I lived in Canada. I studied Spanish for 5 years. So I have a university certificate for Spanish. I put that in there. And I've been living in Italy for 4 years. And so during that time, I've done A1, A2, B1. I've done the Ministry of Education certification that they have here through the government that you can take. And I have my exam. So this is like sort of like the Italian IELTS. So I did a major exam and I passed. I got an A, a grade A. And so it's set up similar to the IELTS. So you have like the reading, listening, speaking, writing type thing. So 4 parts to it. So I included this and I included my grades because here they break it down like the grades that you got while you were for that exam. So I included that, and that's the end of my portfolio. So I have lots of stuff in there, but I think that if I was going to a job interview, all of the relevant things are here, and it's organized. It's heavy, but I think it looks really, really cute. And I'm going to link all of the free courses that you can do to build your portfolio as well. So thank you for listening.